Yo, what's happening, everybody? I appreciate you checking in. We're live. We're live with my guys. I got Chris Tech Show podcast. I got the Severe Raider. I'm Real Talk Raider. I'm Real Talk Raider Nation, 805 Raider. I appreciate everybody pulling up. And we're going to get into this one. We're going to talk about our guy, John Spytek. The last live that we did, we kind of broke down Pete Carroll in all of his draft history, kind of the ways that he liked to draft. I think we kind of touched on some things that we potentially can't expect. For example, his trends in running backs. You know, one of the things that we touched on at the very end of last live was there's a good chance that Amorion, that North Carolina running back,
Amorion,
you know, he looks very similar to some of the running backs that he tried to acquire through the draft, and you know, kind of look kind of a Marshawn Lynch type, you know, and so I think we got a little bit of insight as to what at least Pete Carroll kind of likes to target within the draft. And we also identified that he likes to move around a lot. And so don't be shocked if we see some movement in the draft, which can make things a little creative. And so we touched on Pete Carroll a little bit, and we're going to hit on John Spytek. We're going to take a look at John Spytek's history within the draft and give a little more detail as to what his role truly was with the Bucs earlier in his time with them. But we're going to talk about the press conference yesterday, because obviously Pete Carroll and John Spytek were officially announced and introduced to the nation. So we're going to touch on that. A lot of people are talking about Max Crosby. We might touch a little bit on the OCDC situation, and we're going to rock this thing out. But we definitely appreciate everybody in the building, especially the chat. Huey P pulling up. I appreciate you. But you check on my guys, man. Severe, how you feeling, man?
Yeah, man, feeling good. You know, good to hear from the coach and from the GM. I'm not Chris. I see Chris's face. People already like, oh my God, this is such a fantastic job. I'm like, it was just, you know, run of the mill press conference in my opinion. Nothing like
we're gonna talk about it too.
Yeah, nothing over the top outside of Marshawn going crazy. But also nothing disastrous, right? You can tell Pete Carroll, this isn't his first rodeo. You know, this for damn sure ain't Mark Davis's rodeo. Mark Davis is well rehearsed.
Oh God, dude, how bad was that? He walked up and I was like, "Are you even prepared to talk? You know the cameras are on, right?" I was like, "What the hell?"
So you know, we've been through this time and time again, and you know, this isn't the best. This isn't the worst. It went smoothly as I would expect from a veteran like Pete Carroll.
Yeah, man, I feel you. We're definitely gonna touch on that. Chris, how you feeling, brother?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. You know, I went live yesterday to kind of break it down and kind of give my thoughts. You know, I'm at a place where, you know, I'm not going to get overly, you know, optimistic, you know, based off of a press conference, but I will say that, you know, it did give me a good feel. You know, it was, you know, Pete he is charismatic, you know, and he does have energy. So, you know, it's, you know, for what that was, kind of like Severe said, I mean, you know, you could tell Pete was comfortable. You know, so I like what I heard. But again, you know, we got to see, you know, what the plan really entails and make sure that they're, you know, going by their plan. But, you know, from what I saw in the press conference yesterday, you know, I was good with what I heard and saw.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Yeah, we're going to talk a little more details. I'm going to pick up a little image that's been going around a little bit. We're going to talk about it. But again, so we're going to say what's up to the chat. I appreciate everybody popping in. Huey P in the building. I appreciate you. Raider Ryan. Appreciate you pulling up, man. Right away. Good seeing you. JNN. Galindo. What's happening, man? I appreciate you. OJ Raider. Good seeing you. Salute to you.
Billy D.
Billy Davis in the building. David Laricia, good seeing you, man. Appreciate you pulling up. Raiders Resistance in the building. Well, always good seeing everybody. 831 Raider. What's happening? 11 in the house as well. Appreciate you pulling up. Ducky the Butcher. Appreciate you. Mark, appreciate you pulling up, man. Let's see. Let's keep rolling. LS, man, always good seeing you. Appreciate you checking in. Let's go. SoCal. Man, always rolling through. Appreciate you. Daniel Kim in the building as well. All right. Appreciate you. Always good. Always good. Myra G. No boneless wing talk. Myra G. Okay. It's going all day, every day.
Arnie.
Arnie Garza, man, it's happening. I appreciate you. Let's keep rolling. Let's keep rolling. Me, not you,
in the building.
In the building. Love seeing it. What's up, Raider Primos? Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, my God, Primos.
What's happening?
Yeah, man, if y'all haven't done so already, make sure y'all hop over and subscribe to Raider Primos. Young cats, man, but hey,
that's That's a nice new logo.
I know. It does look new. I like that.
Yeah, I kind of like that. All right, Primo.
Yeah, make sure you guys hop over there, say what's up to him, man. He throws out content for you as well. Again, it's good that there's a good variety of content creators out there, because at the end of the day, everybody's going to kind of give their own thoughts and their own kind of take on things. And it's good to hear just people's take. You might not agree with everything, but at the same time, it's always good for conversation. And here and there, you might see something that pops up that's definitely helpful. So, Dominic 5, what's happening? Appreciate you, Raider fan for life. What's happening? Raider Hawaii, always pulling up.
Why? What's going on, man?
Always good seeing you. So again, as everybody's pulling up, make sure you guys hit my guys. Got Protect Show podcast to my left, got The Severe Raider to my right. I'm 805 Raider, Real Talk Raider Nation. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe wherever you're at. We hit you guys on Sunday evenings, on Tuesdays. Sometimes we switch around in the middle of the week, but we try to keep it consistent on Tuesdays. But today we're going to talk about the press conference, our take a little bit, and then we're going to talk about John Spytek, a little bit about his history with the Bucs, his draft history, kind of what his position was like a little bit in the beginning of his tenure with the Bucs, and kind of how that relates to what we could possibly see in the offseason with free agency. And we might touch on the OC-DC talk. But remember, if you guys do have a question or want to throw something at us, or something you just want to pull up on the screen, make sure you hit that hashtag Raiders and then give me that comment. It just helps catch my eye. So, first and foremost, we will just talk real quick about the press conference. Okay. And I know you guys touched on it for a second, but my quick take was he definitely did not look like a 73, 74-year-old guy. That was number one, right? He did not look like his age was there. And so I hope that maintains. I hope that we all know once you kind of get past a certain hump, man, it dies fast. So I hope that he can kind of maintain and look like his head was perfectly right. And that makes sense. Like with Tom Brady and those guys getting that interview and talking and sitting down with him, they're obviously going to have confidence that he could do it. Right? He probably was extremely coherent with the whole thing. That's not a problem. The only concern is 2-3 years from now. That's the only concern. So we'll just see how it rocks out. But in the very beginning, I think he definitely presented himself very well. One of the things that I took on was it does look like in the very beginning, shit can happen behind the scenes differently, but it does look like him and Spytek will probably do a good job working together. I do think that they could work together and definitely try to move this thing in the right direction. That's definitely another take that I had. One thing is that it was kind of a breath of fresh air, to be dead honest with you. And it's one of our viewers, I was kind of exchanging text messages back and forth and kind of talk about it. And it was like, as Pete Carroll's talking and he's kind of describing the process and his thought process and how he's going to attack this thing. In the past, we had Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels, you just didn't understand what the true process was going to be, especially with his history. You're hoping that he can turn this thing around. It's not going to end up like the Broncos. He's not going to dip on us like Indy. With AP, it all felt good, but you had no process to trust. So you're hoping. It felt good.
Yeah.
Sitting there listening to Pete Carroll, I was like, you know what? I think we're in that moment where you have to trust the process. He's done this before. He's won at multiple levels. You could tell to him just sitting there, he was a guy with confidence talking about he's done this shit before.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take this by the reins. I'm going to do it the way I've done it. You know what I'm saying? With little tweaks here and there, obviously between personnel and new environment, but I've done this shit before and we're going to get this thing rocking. And you almost kind of get that feeling like, okay, I'm going to trust the process at this point. Chris, I'll throw it to you first, man. What's your take on that? Do you think this is a moment where we can at least sit back and try to trust the process?
Yeah, I think so. Again, I'm going to, temper my expectations, but one thing I did like that he said was, how he had a chance to kind of like take that year off and really, kind of analyze everything and kind of be able to, kind of just see what's going on around the league. I mean, he still is able to, he's still close enough, but like when you're continuously coaching, you're so locked in on what you're doing now, for the next week and things like that, him being able to kind of take a step back, and he's been coaching forever. So, sometimes it's good just to kind of level set for a second. Again, I'm not going to go too far into it, but, I did like what he said. And, I'm going to go ahead and trust it. I have no other option, but, I will say it does feel a little bit different, hearing him and kind of what he was talking about. So we'll see.
Yeah. Severe, man, what's your thoughts? Do you think we're in that moment where we can at least sit back and I agree with Chris, like cautiously optimistic, like, it's all in the results. You have, it's a result based business, but what's your thoughts? Can you sit back a little bit and try to trust the process?
No, man. you gotta show me, bro.
Let's go.
You gotta show me, bro. Like I told Chris, like I'm a recruiter. Like I'm a recruiter. I interview and hire people for a living. So I'm used to these, platitudes and these generic answers. And this is what this is what bro, you gotta show me. You gotta show me in a new setting, in a new area with a new team, a new regime. You gotta show me. You gotta prove yourself all over again. I don't care what you did in the past. Whatever you did in the past, that's not affecting what's going on now. You got to show me again. So, hey, he's done it before, and maybe he can do it again. But until I start seeing it in action, until I actually see some coordinators getting hired, some position coaches getting hired, some wins on the field, I wonder if people are gonna. Because remember, he already said they expect to win immediately. So don't get to changing y'all tunes. If we start what do you expect him to do? He didn't have
I'm surprised he said that.
He came out and said the plan is to win immediately. And remember, a lot of y'all was having us at 12, 11 wins last year. I better not hear y'all revise y'all projections down to 7, 8 wins just because you got a 74-year-old man and head coach. Don't do it. Don't start that. Keep that same energy. This is what y'all told me last year. This team was good enough to win. Okay. So if it was good enough to win with Antonio Pierce, rookie head coach, it should be good enough to win with Petasaurus Rex.
Stop. God damn it. God damn it, Severe. Yeah, I'm telling you, LS, I think he's on the same page with you. Cool, Kev. What's up, man? I appreciate you pulling up. Here's the thing: this would be my question for you, Severe. What would kind of help you change the tune a little bit? You know what I'm saying? So when you're saying like I want to see coordinators brought in, I want to see, some, whether it be free agents, obviously, we got the draft right around the corner. So what is it that you would like to see that would kind of help you think, okay, this is at least moving in the right direction? Or maybe would there be like a hire that you're like, holy shit, what the hell did you just do?
It ain't gonna change his mind, bro. He died on that hill, man.
I'm just curious,
bro. Look at that. Put like this. Last year. I was not Antonio. I was not an Antonio Pierce guy. I was everybody. Oh, Antonio Pierce, he got to be the coach. He beat the Jets. He beat the Giants. Oh, he's got to be our coach. I'm like, nah, don't trust him. Game management bad. Don't trust his decisions. I don't think his clock management was horrible. Yeah, all that stuff. It wasn't until he beat the Chiefs on Christmas Day, and I was like, you know what? Hey, he's the dude. Whatever I said in the past, hey, he's the guy. When you able to go on the road against that team in that setting on that day and win in that fashion, you the dude. So hey, I can change. I'm agile. I can change my mind, but I got to see something that makes my mind worthy of changing. I was not an AP. Last year, I said 2 years ago, I said I wanted Ben Johnson. Last year, I said Bobby Slowick. I was saying these guys before anybody was talking about these dudes, right? But that ship has sailed. It's over. We have who we have. But now that we have what we have, I need to see something. Because what everybody's going to start doing, like I said, everybody's had us at 11, 12 wins last year. 11 and 12. I better not see them projections revised down. I bet not see those projections revised down, because then y'all moving the goalposts. Y'all saying the roster was good enough last year, to win those amount of games coming in, but now it's not. I don't want to see that. I'll tell you this: if I see Darrell Bevel walk through that door in any capacity,
that's what I want to hear. All right,
I see Darrell Bevel walk through that door in any capacity. I will drive to Vegas myself.
Well, well, your boy Ben Johnson. It's a lot of chatter about Bo Hardegree being his OC. That's nasty work. That's nasty work. Him and Dennis Allen. You know, I know you don't mind Dennis Allen as coordinator. I don't want him nowhere near me.
Dennis Allen's a good DC.
Yeah, he's good. Dennis Allen's a DC, but Hardegree has no. I mean, where did he go last year? He was the quarterback coach somewhere.
Titans.
He was the quarterback coach with the Titans.
Titans. Yeah.
But here's the thing, like Bo Hardegree, he was a interim OC for a half a season. Good luck. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're saying that Ben Johnson might bring him on?
Yeah, as an OC.
Okay, but
you know, I mean, Ben will be calling the plays.
Exactly, he'll be calling the plays.
Still, so, like, so he's basically a glorified quarterback coach at that point.
Yeah, like you want him in charge of my man's development. I don't know.
You talk about he was in charge of the greatest rookie season since Peyton Manning. What are you talking about? He had a better rookie season than Peyton Manning. That wasn't good enough for you, Chris. Damn, you really are a hater. What they say about you is absolutely true, bro. You just a hater. I can't defend this. I can't. Y'all go ahead and let them have
it. Raider Hawaii, man, I see your super chat, man, and you're gonna lead me into the next topic, man. So I appreciate you. I see your super chat. I'm gonna get to you, but you're definitely gonna lead us to the next topic. But one last thing that I want to talk about in CGSC, you're saying think we'll go defense was a 6th pick. We'll talk about the draft in just a little bit, man. So remind me to come back to it if I don't. But the other things that and Severe, I'm telling you, you got some fans on your side.
Yeah, man.
Looks like Arnie's with you.
And look, my guy Arnie Ellis. Hey, if I only got 2 rocking with me, that's all I need. That's
all you need.
He's trying to fill up one hand. He's trying to fill up one hand, Nation. Come on. He's got 2.
LS could take on 4 or 5 y'all by himself. So
But here's the thing, though. Is like, and I'm 100% with you, right? It is a performance-based, a results-based business. So at the end of the day, yes, we got to see results without question, you know. But at least it's the first time in a long time that we've had a coach that has done it at the head coaching position before, and has done it at the highest level, making it to a Super Bowl. So yes, it's a result-based business. I 100% agree. But this is probably the first time in a long time we've been able to sit back and go, okay, I'm not going to nitpick every single last move. Pete Carroll knows a lot more than my ass. So I'm gonna see how this thing plays out in the beginning. And so, but I'm with you. Results-based business, without question. 2 things that I did like. One thing Theology said they want to build around a quarterback, and you guys have heard me say this, right? The quarterback is just one piece of the puzzle. This is why so many rookie quarterbacks go to shit, is because you don't focus on building around them. And I think Pete Carroll made that a point when they asked Spytek about the quarterback position. Pete Carroll came in and said, we got to make sure that the quarterback's just one piece to the puzzle. We have to build around it. That's why I'm a big build in the trenches guy. Give the quarterback weapons. Make sure you protect them. And so I like just hearing that he kind of had that mindset. So we'll see what happens. Next one was, that was definitely a good moment when you had Marshawn Lynch in the back yell Raiders. And what was even better about that moment was Pete Carroll's response to that quick response of, hey, Mark, calm down there.
Settle down, Mark. Settle down.
Yeah, settle down, Mark. Like that right there to me is that personal side of Pete Carroll that probably has been able to capture a lot of the players in that locker room. You know, that just that wittiness, that quickness, that ability to kind of be quick with those comments that are a little sarcastic, that are funny, that can kind of break the mood a little bit.
Yeah.
He had a better one earlier when Spytek was talking about his old high school coach. Was like, he's 75 years old, still coaching. Like,
he did. Yeah, you're right.
That one was hilarious.
That was a good one,
hilarious
too.
Yeah. So I think, to me, I feel like that was a really good moment to kind of get a glimpse of Pete Carroll's real personality and just really how he can win over some of these players. And then you had footage of Marshawn Lynch coming up behind him and saying what's up in the hallway, you know, like that type of stuff. It's like, okay, there was a lot of speculation on their relationship. They good, you know what I'm saying? So I think that was cool. So, Steve, man, appreciate you pulling up. Appreciate everybody coming in the building. Hawaii Raider, we're about to just get to yours in just a second, but definitely want to say what's good to everybody. Dre, appreciate you pulling up. Victor in the house as well. Tien in the building. Let's see. I appreciate everybody rolling with us. Jeff, what's happening, man? You were on earlier today. Couldn't catch the whole thing, but definitely checked in with you, man. I appreciate you. Everybody show some support to Jeff as well. He's got a Raider boosters on the East Coast. He rocks out as well. But make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe. Chris Protect Show podcast, as well as the Severe Raider. I'm Real Talk Raider Nation 805 Raider. Appreciate everybody pulling up. So Raider Hawaii, man. Again, appreciate the super chat. What's your thoughts on the shot of Max standing with arms crossed and looking a little skeptical? All right. And so, man, you're leading me right into it. We're gonna rock this thing out for a second. And there it is. That's the photo I think everybody's kind of talking about. Just him, arms crossed. This is during Pete Carroll's press conference. And I definitely got my opinions on it. And I'll definitely share it. But Chris, I'll throw it to you first, man. What's your thoughts on that? And you know, people are kind of on the fence on what that means.
Yeah. So when I saw it, man, you know, I more or less just think Max is at a point where he's, you know, how many of these press conferences has Max seen? You know, like Max is one of those guys where, you know, he's kind of like Severe, like this, you know, all this lip service and talking is only talk, you know, at this point, you know, like he probably is you know, I don't think he's necessarily skeptical, but I just think he just taking it all in. He just wants to hear it out and check everything out. But, you know, I think Max is not going to be moved by a whole bunch of words. Max isn't going to be moved by a whole bunch of, you know, punchlines and metaphors and, you know, riddles and all that. You know, Max is going to listen to what you say, but Max wants to see a plan. Max wants to know that you have, you know, a clear vision and what are going to be your steps of, you know, going to the next step of the process. So, you know, I'm not looking at it like a lot of people are. Like Max is like pissed off and not interested and just skeptical. I just think he just wants to get down to the meat and potatoes, man. That fluff's not going to work with Max at this point.
Gotcha. Severe, man. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, man. Like, I ain't no body language expert. Like was his head tilted to the side.
Come on, Severe. You an expert on it. You know.
So, like, you know, the fact that he showed up, I think that was enough of a gesture to say, hey, you know what? I'm in support of what this organization is doing. I am the face of the franchise right now. You know, I'm here to witness it. You know, he's a thoughtful person. I'm sure he was listening intently to what they were saying and how that might have pertained to him in particular and to the organization as a whole. So I don't read too much into that. You know, I don't think he's going to be giving his feelings one way or another. I think he's going to play it pretty coy for the time being. I'm sure, you know, until the rubber hits the road, right? He may say like, oh, he's excited, yada, yada. Because right now he's still looking for some guaranteed money or restructure that contract. Now, if that don't happen, then he might change his tune. But for the time being, I don't think he'll be saying anything like negative or against what the organization is doing. He's going to be there supporting. He showed up. He's he may be as far as I know, the only player on the active roster that showed up. I don't think they mentioned anybody else. So the fact that he showed up, you know, I think that was enough of a sign, a show of support rather, as much as anything else.
And I think also on top of that, you know, in 805, I'm not sure if we're going to play it, if you got any clips, but anyone that had a chance to watch Max's The Rush podcast actually came out a little bit earlier today. I was able to catch a little bit of it, and he kind of talked about it. So, you know, just kind of the stuff that he was saying was, you know, I mean, he is fired up, and he had a chance. Like, I think afterwards he went to do some therapy or whatever, and Marshawn came in and they like talked for an hour. And you know, and he said I was picking Marshawn's brain. You know, I was asking him a lot of different questions, and he flat out says like Marshawn loves the dude. You know, and I know a lot of people act like, you know, that's not the case, but you know, and then Marshawn was giving them different examples of, you know, what it's like with Pete, man. So just from what I saw, and you know, I advise you guys should all check it out. But he had a lot of good things to say about, you know, his takeaways from it. So you know, he may have that look right there, but I think he's in a better spot than a lot of people think.
Yeah. Here's my thing is, I'm on the stance of I'm not going to read too much into it. Like, if you just look at, if you pay attention or watch Max Crosby's podcast, right? He's a very laid back guy.
Yes.
When he talks, he's just chill. And to me, I'll be honest, this is kind of a stance of just like, hey, if you had just kind of like that friend that was chill, but he knew he was the shit a little bit. That's kind of the stance that she has pretty consistently. You know what I'm saying? Like the guy that's in the corner of the club or what have you, that you just, hey, yeah, I'm just scoping things out. This is just what I do. I think that's just Max. You know, and that's just my opinion. I don't look too much into this. I think he's just chilling. He's listening. Severe to your point, just him being there. I think that's just a sign of respect. Whether or not he buys into it or not, it remains to be seen. But you know, I just look at that and go, if you've had buddies back in the day that knew they were the shit and just kind of had that kind of low key demeanor, it's kind of what they did. You just kind of stand in the corner, you just chill, you do your thing. And so I don't look too much into it, like he's skeptical or if he's not believing it or he thinks his shit ain't going right. I think this is just who Max is because he's a very laid back guy. So I'm not reading too much into it, to be dead honest. But appreciate everybody rolling through. Trav Lee in the building. Appreciate you pulling up. I'm seeing other people coming in. Just want to make sure. Say what's up. Tuba Chile in the building as well. Let's see what's going on, Rodrigo. Appreciate you coming in. Boss Raider, I see you. What's happening, Jordan, as well. He says Max is thrilled about Pete. He just wants his money. Yeah, I think he's going to get. There's definitely some reports of people saying that he might be getting his money, but we'll see. I'm easy. Appreciate you coming through, man. It's good seeing you and Kenny. What's happening? Let's see. Let's go back up. Hold up. Let's go. LS, man, you're saying what pissed me off. I appreciate the super chat, LS, man. What pissed me off the most is that we made ourselves such an unattractive destination that we essentially cornered ourselves into hiring
Methuselah.
Oh, man. Hey,
yeah.
It sucks, right? Like, let's be real. Like, we set our stage. We set the stage damn well to be a very good destination. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But because of what has happened, has basically conspired over the last 4 years in Vegas, like it's no longer a top tier destination for coaches and players, which just sucks. So I'm with you, man. But I appreciate the super chat. LS, man, always good seeing you in the building. There was one from Arnie, man. You had a question. I just want to pull it up before we go to the next one. Let's see. Where were you at? It was, man, I'll find it, man. I know you had a question for us. I'll find it again. But appreciate everybody rolling through. What we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of take a deep dive. Raider Pete, what's up, man? Bulldog Raider. We're gonna take a deep dive into John Spytek, our new general manager. Okay, and here's one of the things. And I'm gonna pick this up on the screen. We'll take a look at his history real quick. And one is, sorry, I'll try to blow it up a little bit just so we kind of see. So with Spytek, obviously with the Bucs, we're going to look at the Bucs really. In 2016, he was hired as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers director of player personnel. He contributed to the team's acquisition of Tom Brady in 2020. He has been, who has been Spytek's college teammate more than 20 years. And then basically in 2021 was when he was promoted to the assistant general manager. All right. Or sorry, in 2023. Now, here's the thing. It's trying to understand what the president of player personnel and the director of player personnel really is. And so I want to take a second to kind of look it up and just see, okay, what is that responsibility? And how does that relate to the personnel that was brought into the building? Whether is it more draft? Is it more free agents? What is it? And that's kind of one of the things I want to take a look at. And so Appreciate Bleacher Report coming through. Looked up definitely director of pro personnel and player personnel are basically the same exact thing. It's just depending on how you put it. And so it says basically from 2016 to around 2021, this was kind of his role. So reporting directly to general manager, the director of player personnel deals primarily with the players already in the NFL. So it's not draft prospects.
Yeah.
Already in the NFL. Job responsibilities include the bulk of contract negotiations with free agents, negotiating contract extensions with players, and scouting the other 31 teams' rosters. Scouting other teams is typically delegated amongst a number of league scouts under the team's employee who answer directly to the director of player personnel. And so basically for him, he's from 2016 to 2021, roughly, he was real focused on the players that were in the building, that were under contract or potential free agents. And he was also looking at potential free agents on the other 31 teams to bring in the building. And now, Severe, I know we were talking about this before we jumped on a little bit. I want to try to dive deeper into some of the free agent acquisitions from 2016 to 2021. Unfortunately, there's just not a clean list to find to show. But it's hard because you try to figure out how were those free agents when they acquired them and how did they pan out with the Bucs. It's really hard to determine that in such a short time period. But one of the things that we can say is during that time, he did bring on Tom Brady. He was one of the main reasons why Tom Brady came to the Bucs. So that's huge. But one name I am going to throw out there.
What was the years again? What was the years that he was at?
2016 to 2021, roughly.
Okay. I'm gonna see if I can find anything. All right.
So
seniors born 1941, 1970. Steve. Like, so, Pete, did you see this?
That's what happened when you look up Pete Carroll and you get that stuff.
So we're gonna go back to that screen, but here's the thing: is that when you look at some of the bigger names, and what the biggest name is Tom Brady, he brought him in. You got to give credit for that. But man, I don't know what the deal was or kind of history. I'm assuming it was partly Tom Brady, but they did acquire our boy that had a small stint with us, which is Antonio Brown. Yeah. So Antonio Brown was brought in through his stint, and at that time, he was responsible for bringing in free agents. We all kind of know how that ended with the Bucs. I think that was that the one where he walked off the field in the middle of the game, walking through the end zone with his pads off?
Yeah.
So
hey, year one though, we all know how it ended too, though. That's with them hoisting the Lombardi that first year.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm just looking at all different sides. And so again, it was kind of hard because it's trying to understand just how well he did in free agency. Yeah, how they kind of knocked out the park, or did they struggle through free agency? But they've been a very competitive organization for quite a while, so definitely want to give credit where credit's due. But that's kind of his stint between 2016 and 2021.
Hold on, I got a little just some top from each year. Thanks to Chat GPT. I can pull it up.
There you go. All right.
Just to make it easy. Yeah, hold on. Let me see if I can
yeah. Now no who was then we give Spytek credit for getting Brady over there to Tampa Bay, but we know who is the number one culprit as to why he ended up in Tampa Bay. And that's John Gruden. The number one reason he was in Tampa Bay, because we had him.
You're gonna roll with that motherfucker?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that is true.
Rob Gronkowski signed, sealed, and delivered. And know what? If you get Rob Gronkowski and Brady over here, guess who else was still coming over here as well? Antonio Brown. So, like you imagine.
That's true.
That offense,
that's very true.
Imagine that offense, Rob. Yeah.
That could be nasty.
Chris, what you got? Oh, let me bring it back up.
So it's just some of like the I guess just the top signings that they had year by year. Can you guys see it okay?
Yeah. Look at you with your Chat GPT. I like it.
Hey man, you gotta use your resources, man.
I'm with you.
I do okay. Trying to
Wayne, what's happening?
Yeah, so it looks like it's a free agents. Brent Grimes, veteran corner, brought in from Miami. Robert Ayers. Yeah, he was actually pretty good. I think he had some good years. Added pass rush depth. J.R. Sweezy, guard. 2017, Deshaun Jackson.
All right.
Chris Baker, DT. It looks like he was a disappointment. J.J. Wilcox, short-lived sign, later traded. Got Ryan Jansen in
I like Jansen. Ryan Jansen.
Yeah, Jansen for sure. Vinny Curry, Super Bowl champs, short-lived tenure. Shoot.
One more over here.
Let's see. Was that Bay Allen, run stuffing DT from the Eagles? 19. Barrett. Barrett stole the show. Yeah. 19 and a half sack season that year. Perryman, he provided some.
I remember Brashad Perryman.
I remember him. Where was he? Was he with Minnesota before the Bucks?
I forgot where he was.
Was he with the or was he with the Ravens? I remember Brashad Perryman. He was the deep threat.
It was Ravens.
He was the deep threat. He might have been the Ravens, but I remember Brashad Perryman.
I remember seeing purple. So I'm with you.
Yeah. Yep. And then the 2020, which they stole the show with, was able to get Brady, Gronk, and to me, playoff Lenny, he was the one that got him that trophy.
Yeah,
like that playoff, he was the one that took over. And I forgot they got Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah,
gave him some nastiness up front.
So he made up for Antonio Brown with that one. I like it.
Yeah,
just with that whole free agency class. I like it. Okay.
Well, I mean, at that point, the Antonio Brown thing that was just Brady saying, "I want that guy more than anything."
I'm with you.
Yeah,
Arnie, frozen feet and all.
Frozen feet. I don't want to wear a helmet, or I ain't want to. Man, I'm still mad he messed up our Hard Knocks, man. As a kid, I was like, man, I want the Raiders to be on Hard Knocks one day, but Al Davis would never allow it.
Yeah.
So I don't mean to derail it a little bit, but here's the thing. I think this is part of the reason why I can't stand John Gruden. Is because John Gruden in the past always was high on Antonio Brown, right? It was always high on Antonio Brown. I think Antonio Brown played him like I've never seen someone play someone in my life. I mean, when you come on over, and the Steelers were probably the Steelers, credit to Mike Tomlin, knew the Raiders are going to pull the trigger on this guy, so we're gonna offload this guy to them. He comes over. I don't think burning his feet was any ploy, but that whole helmet shit was
my god, that helmet
was garbage. Yeah. I mean, he made such an issue of that helmet, and then all of a sudden, as soon as news dropped that he was released by the Raiders and now understood he just lost $31 million, and you jump out your seat and you're doing backflips in your backyard, no one's celebrating for losing $31 million.
Yeah.
And in less than 10 hours, you're on a plane to the Patriots, and within 24 hours, you're on the practice field with any helmet they give you.
Whatever helmet they gave you.
I'm like, okay, John Gruden, you got played worse than I've ever seen anybody in my life. Like that, that pissed me off. I was like, no, that was Antonio Brown pathway from the Steelers to the Patriots to get to Tom Brady. He used the shit out of us.
People forget
Gruden got played.
People forget that he even he basically blocked the trade because he was originally supposed to go to the Bills from the Steelers. Remember? And then he basically said, "I'm not going to the Bills." So then they had to rescind the trade.
Yeah.
But that was because I think it was pretty much official, and then he was just like, "No, I'm not going there." And then that's when we got him. So I'm like, man, just that whole diva attitude. But you're right. I think that he ultimately always had his mind set to kind of get with Brady and still a ring.
I think so. And Arnie, Gruden's a good catch, but awful drafting and free agency. Yeah, he was the worst. He was horrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, I mean, hey, that 2021, you scratch the 21's that's a good group. Or I think was it 2020 when they got Tom Brady?
Yeah,
before that. So but
and I think
Chris Godwin, it's good.
And I forgot maybe it was this year, but that 21 year, I think I forgot the amount of, it was almost everybody that was on that previous team came back that next year, and that never happened.
That was after the Super Bowl year.
Yeah. That never happens.
I think you're right. Yeah. I do remember that.
Yeah, because Shaq Barrett took. I think he took like everybody expected Shaq Barrett to leave because he was due for a big payday.
Oh
and then he came back.
Yeah,
and,
I mean, but just think about that. Having a Super Bowl team, teams are always trying to pluck away those guys because then it's like, cause most guys are like, I got the Super Bowl, now I'm about to go get a bag. The fact that they ran it back, that's impressive to me.
Yeah, it is. So okay, because that's 2021, and then 2022 is kind of when he moves into that assistant GM role to where now he's definitely diving into the draft and all that. So we're gonna definitely take a look at his draft history a little bit. But Freddie, I appreciate you pulling up. Everybody in the building, I appreciate you guys. Let's see, Victor, appreciate you as well. I see Wayne in the building. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe wherever you're at. You got Chris Protect Show podcast up top. I got the Severe Raider down below. I'm 805 Raider, Real Talk Raider Nation. I appreciate everybody pulling up, man. We hit you guys Sunday nights, Tuesdays. Sometimes we move it in the middle of the week, but we definitely hit you guys, man. I appreciate everybody pulling up. If you have a question for us, hit that hashtag Raiders, then the question, and it just catches my eye. With over 200 in the building, it's hard to keep up with the comments. I definitely appreciate you guys. So, all right, let's do this. I'm going to jump back over, and if you guys can see it, hopefully you guys can see it. I can blow it up if you guys need. John, what's happening, man? Appreciate you pulling up. Can you guys see that? Is that good?
Yeah, I can. Yeah. I mean, if you can make it a little bigger, but if not, I'm good.
Yeah.
I got the Pete Carroll eyes.
Man.
Need them bifocals, man.
And it
starts. Saw that on Monday. You saw that on Monday.
All right, so I mean, we'll start with 2022. 2022 draft, and again, not sure exactly how much he moved around. Again, assistant GM, so he's not the final say, but we'll get an idea as to kind of what he was looking at. And guys, after we do this, we'll definitely touch on a little bit about OC DC talk and all that. And I know there's some questions about the draft. We'll talk about the draft for a quick minute. So in 2022 starts off no first round draft pick.
Yeah.
Starts off at the second round, pick number 33. You got Logan Hall, defensive end. He's played 49 games since 2022. I know we can click on it, just kind of get a gauge as to what they did. Let me see. Let's see, where's he at? Stats wise, okay, so
23 games started. So he
starter.
Yeah, full-time starter in 23, 24.
Yeah.
Full-time starter, at least with second round draft pick, got it.
And a whole bunch of production.
Yeah, I was about to say the production was shaky.
He must be a run stuff. He must be run stuff for his own brother.
So
I bet he's ranked higher than Tyree.
Man, look. You talking about block or
unblocked? How many times that happens?
Let's see. Unblocked Tyree is a menace.
Ooh, Kyle Trask, Florida quarterback.
I mean, that's your guy, man. So what do you think about Kyle? Hey. I know he's a big dude. I think he's like 6'5", 230 something like that. And I think he has a big arm. Wasn't he hurt?
He's got a big arm. He's not. I don't know if he's been hurt at with Tampa. I know he didn't get a lot of playing time, but I mean he was a stud over at Florida, man. I mean, broke Florida records. Kyle Trask was a bad man. The hard part is that I don't know if he had the arm strength, to be dead honest, to make it in the league. That was my biggest knock on him, was just his overall arm strength. But you got Luke in the second round, offensive lineman, starting 41 games. I don't know why that name sounds so damn familiar. I mean,
Luke
he might be their current starter.
He may be.
He might be, and I just don't. Doesn't pop into my head just how good he is or how it worked out. But in the third, they grab Rashad White, running back.
I love that pick. That's my favorite pick so far. I love
that. Third round. Yeah.
And I forget who our guy was last time, basically giving the grades. I forget what his name was. But he was in the last one.
Yeah, who was giving grades? Yeah, he was
fire. He was all over it.
Yeah.
So chat, well, we kind of go through this. Give us the grade for 2022 draft. Rachaad White, good pickup in the 3rd round, good running back, definitely produced for them.
Cade Otton's solid too. I like Cade Otton.
Yeah, but he's still in the league, right?
Yeah, he's still with him. He's still with him.
He had a breakout year this year.
Yeah.
This was his breakout year as a tight end. Bulldog, appreciate it, man. Breakout year. So Cade Otton in the 4th round, becoming a starting tight end.
Not bad. Yeah.
Gotta love that. Jake Camarda, don't know much about him, but has played 38 games.
Yeah.
Don't know much about, 7th round, probably goes practice squad.
I mean, look at a 6th round tight end played in 50 games.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, it looks like.
I mean, it's probably special teams and stuff.
But still, special teams guy.
But still, I mean, we don't keep.
8 receptions for 82 yards.
He out there.
So let's do this. Yeah, chat. Give us the grade again. Nails the 3rd round. Nails the 4th. At least I think this is a starting center, so you definitely got to get yourself a starting offensive lineman in the 2nd round. Rate it basically. I'd give it.
You giving it a B?
I'm giving it a B minus, man. You got yourself basically 3 starters out of that draft. Without a 1st round draft pick, I'll give it a B minus.
Yeah, I give it a B.
I'm not mad at that.
I give it a B. Just based off the Rachaad White and the Cade Otton picks alone, I give it a B.
Yeah, what's up, Daddy? I appreciate you in the building. I think Spytek will build the trenches. Being a former linebacker, he knows how important it is. I hope so. I'm building the trenches guy. I'm with you. Arnie, can Spytek draft better than Telesco? We about to find out.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we about to find out.
Hey, Telesco this thing though. I can't even say or lie. I'm not gonna. I ain't gonna.
Especially with that 5th rounder. I mean, solid.
Look, but the only thing about it is that
let's look at how many games played.
Only thing about the Telesco thing is that now everybody's gonna forever judge him off that 1st draft. Like imagine if Reggie McKenzie just had that Khalil Mack and then he got fired because Reggie McKenzie he one of the GOATs. He didn't start messing up till later. So if everybody was like, Telesco, that man could draft. Yeah, at that draft, it's like, man, well, that was that 1st one. Reggie McKenzie had that similar one where he set us up. He had 5 starters out of that draft, something like that, right?
Gabe,
Mac, Cara, Gabe Jackson, Justin Ellis.
Yeah, Jelly. I forgot. I like Jelly. Jelly is my guy.
Jelly, man. What they say, it got to be Jelly because Jam don't move like that.
Yeah. I like Jelly. That was my guy.
Yeah, he had some dudes in that draft class. So if he would have just got fired after that, people were like, man, Reggie McKenzie, who could draft, so.
No, he did. I mean, he nailed that draft.
But like I said, he had that one shot. He had that one shot, but we don't know what would have happened in those subsequent years.
Where's he at now? I forgot. Yeah. Where did he get?
He went to Miami.
Yeah,
he went to Miami. He was like director of player personnel for Miami. Okay. I don't know where he's at. I don't know if he's still there, but he was there for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, Jeff was saying B minus, but Jeff was doing a little homework for us as well. Looking on draft grades and stuff.
Hey, Jeff was fired with that. He had.
It was last time.
Jeff was on point.
TJ Carey, that was my guy. TJ Carey was my dog. I like TJ Carey.
TJ Carey was nice. Yeah,
that was my guy.
He was nice. Hey,
yeah.
He was like
that's the one I went to Cleveland, right? That's the one I went to Cleveland.
Yeah, he went. Yeah, Cleveland had some good. Yeah, I like TJ Carey, man.
Yeah, I'm with you. I definitely like TJ Carey, man. And so I know for me, I give it a B minus in 2022. Arnie's just saying, can Pete Carroll veto Spytek whenever he wants? I honestly don't know what the dynamic's going to be like. I gotta believe that they're going to try their best to run it like a traditional organization, where like Spytek will probably have some really strong say, but Pete Carroll's going to have his hand in it without question with the history that he has. So I hope that it's just a collaborative effort and they're all in line with what they want to say, but it'll remain to be seen. One thing I'm really interested to see is just how that draft room looks like during draft day. Because one of the most pathetic things I've seen out of the Raiders in one of many, but is our draft room. Whenever we draft, our draft room is dead as shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just, I remember when we drafted Alex Leatherwood.
What do you think?
No. But this is every draft though. But like, I'm sitting there. I'm with my dad, my two brothers. We're watching the draft. I'm watching the Niners pick, and you got high fives. You got people, Kyle Shanahan, shaking hands. You got John Lynch shaking hands and stuff. And so I'm seeing because my dad and my brothers, or my mom and dad's side of the family, they're all 49er fans, right? And so I'm the only one that came to the dark side, but they're all enjoying their draft. They're like, yeah, all right, knocked it out, blah, blah. And all of a sudden it goes to the Raiders picking Alex Leatherwood, and you got everybody sitting down. One guy's walking out of the screen. I'm just like, what the hell? Like,
that would have been me walking out the screen. Like, y'all want who?
Well, you know what? Because remember, that was, I believe that was, is that when they sent everybody home, or was that Cleveland Farrell when they sent everybody home?
Cleveland Farrell.
It was Cleveland Farrell when they sent everybody home.
Farrell. Yeah, because that was a three first round.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay. I remember they sent everybody like, "Oh yeah, I got to go home." what we about to do is like, look, Dave Ziegler should have sent everybody home before they picked Tyree. It's like, look, what we about to do right with this pick.
So that was that Alex Leatherwood one was, I was so pissed because I wanted Trayvon Merrick. I wanted Trayvon Merrick, and as soon as we picked Alex Leatherwood, I thought he was gone. But luckily we came back and got him in the second. Yeah. And so, but Trayvon Merrick was my pick that year. So yeah, I think we're kind of sticking around, maybe C+, B- in this one.
Yeah.
Sharif, man, appreciate you pulling up.
Reef.
Strategy, what's happening? It's good seeing you in the building as well. Leatherwood hasn't had much luck in the NFL. No, you're right. So that's 2022. Let's look at 2023. All right, nailed that first one.
Yeah, he did.
Nailed the first one. He dropped number 19 when Kalijah Kancey was the next coming to Aaron Donald coming out of that draft. Everybody compared him to Aaron Donald. And he dropped. I think a lot of people obviously question just his overall size because he isn't undersized defensive lineman, but they snagged him. And that's a good defensive front they got over there.
Yeah.
So definitely nailed that one. Yeah. Cody Monch, I remember him. That's a hell of a pickup because he was that North Dakota State guy that you're coming from a smaller school. A lot of people question, could he actually produce? And they did something with him. So I think that's a nail in the first and second round.
Yeah. That Cody Monch is a good player.
Yeah. So I remember
got 12 sacks. Yeah, 12 sacks. Cool. Played in 34 games.
12 sacks. Damn, 12 sacks.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
2 seasons. I think this is total sacks for the career. I think this is always updated. So
that's nothing to sneeze at.
No, actually,
he giving you Kancey. He giving you Kancey type production.
And let's take a look at just where those sacks came from. So
he had also his year he had what 7.5 his rookie year.
His rookie year this year,
he had 4.5 this year.
Yeah. Hey,
I'll take that all day.
For sure. He didn't have more. He had more career sacks. He had more sacks as a rookie than Tyree got for his career.
Chris, I know you ain't drinking game, right? You mentioned Tyree. It's about to go down. I don't know, man.
That's the same draft class too. That's the same draft class as Tyree, man.
I don't even want
to. Just more names we're passing up. There's just more names to add to the list that we passed up on, and we went with Tyree.
We could have had Yaya.
We could have had Yaya. And then Servase Dennis. I don't name doesn't ring a bell.
Kane Durham rings a bell.
16 receptions, 173. He's got 2 touchdowns at a 5th rounder. Let's see.
He must have been that guy catching all them all them touchdowns from AOC in college.
Exactly.
No, right?
Breaking Drew Brees record. But no, that name does Trey Palmer looked like he's been playing a little bit.
Yeah, you getting some work out of a 6-rounder, 4 touchdowns out of a 6-rounder, especially with all the injuries they've had to their receiver core. That might have been, let's see, is this for his career? So in 2024, you had 1 catch or 1 touchdown in 2024. Let's see. Yeah, get rid of all these goddamn ads.
Started half the season his rookie year.
Yeah. Kind of came back down to earth this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Putting up them Trey Tucker numbers, man.
But hey, you get work out of a 6-rounder. All right.
Yeah.
You're finding it. Could be Tommy Eichenberg.
Man, exactly.
But all right, so all right, 2023. 2023.
I'm gonna give that a high B. Like I'm gonna give that a B plus.
I'm gonna I give it a solid B. Solid B. Kalijah Kancey's a dog. Yeah, Shay. You fine?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Kancey's a dog at 19.
Yeah.
You know, and that tackle. I mean, I'm not sure how much.
Cody might be pretty good.
I want to see how many starts he's got.
Yeah.
So games start. So he started all 17.
Okay, that was also he's a full-time starter this year.
Starter.
What about last year?
They moved him to guard.
Hold on, go to 23.
I think they got 34 games for both 34 total. 34
total he started 34. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, 2 years started.
34 total.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm tripping. Yeah.
Which I knew a lot of people were high on him, but to get him.
Wait, hold on. Was he missing some teeth? I like him even more now.
Bro, it's
Cody Monk, I know, right? North Dakota missing some teeth. Oh, bro, it's my kind of
my kind of guy, my kind of
old lineman.
Oh boy, was the old boy we got out of Arkansas?
Oh, Dalton Wagner.
Afterthought now. Yeah, Dalton Wagner, man.
Yeah,
poor Dalton Wagner, man. Afterthought.
I'm telling you, Jeff, you're rating it A to F. You got B minus again. Yeah, I think that's good. B minus. Taddy, you got something. You're saying find a couple starters in the draft is only a C. Find three more B and A. I mean, 3 or more B and A. Yeah, you could run it that way, honestly, because look, you find yourself a guy that produces in the 3rd, starter, a guy that contributes in the 6th. Yeah, I'll give it a solid B.
Yeah,
I'll give it a B. I mean, because my philosophy is that, you know, your first round pick should be a guy you think can be a potential all-pro, perennial Pro Bowl player. You know, 2nd round guy should be high-level starter, borderline Pro Bowl guy. 3rd round, you want a starter. You know, hopefully an above-average starter, but you want a starter in the 3rd and 4th rounds. And anything after that, that's when you start going for traits. You know, you look for traits because, you know, that's when you can start.
Upside.
Traits and upside. So
no,
I expect at least 3 starters out of every draft. That should be like the starting point. You getting 3 starters out of every draft, unless you got like a Super Bowl winning roster, which you know for damn sure.
Yeah. So to me, day 1 starters, I expect 2. But if we can get 3, then I think that's a great draft if we can get 3. But like that 3rd round guy, if he doesn't start right away, I'm not tripping. But I do want him to eventually, you know, be like honestly like Glaze, kind of how Glaze was. Like I'm good with that. Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah. Third starter or a, like high level rotation guy. Like you know, that's what you want.
Yeah, what's up, man? I appreciate you pulling up. Simple Spytek bring Mad Bomb or 2.0 the Raiders. Jameis Winston. I hope not. I'm not gonna lie. I hope not. I don't need no turnover machine. And I don't need nobody eating W's.
Eating them dubs.
Yeah.
Not as a starter, but hey, if we want to bring in him to be like a mentor, a glue guy in the locker room, hey. Every locker room he goes to, man, the morale is good.
Oh, they like him. Yeah, no, they like him.
Love him.
And he is dedicated to his locker room. I mean, the way he was dedicated to
crab legs.
Williams.
No,
getting Williams the touchdown in
New
Orleans.
Well, yes, there is that. Yes. No, but the
that was wild.
Deshaun Watson
when he was carted off the field, and man, it almost brought Jameis Winston to tears with that crowd booing him.
Yeah,
I mean,
That's
he's
crazy though.
He's a locker room guy. He's 100% a locker room guy. So
even how he was helping DTR, like I don't know if he was watching that Hard Knocks. You know, I think he, good job trying to bring him along and mentor him. So I wouldn't be against it.
So let's see. Arnie, you're saying with the rise of McMillan on Bucks, is Godwin gone?
Godwin stay hurt though.
That's so hard. That's so hard. Godwin is like he's hurt. Like that's tough. We'll see how
Penn State receivers always hurt.
I know. It's like they never have. Yeah, I feel like
oh boy, those with Chicago.
Yeah.
Chicago,
Keenan Allen.
No. Keenan Allen went to Cal, right? Keenan Allen went to Cal. Nah, that was with Chicago before. Then I think he went to the Rams. We wanted him bad. What's my man's name?
Oh, Allen.
Allen Robinson.
Allen Robinson.
Yes.
Allen Robinson. I wanted him bad that year too.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he was a bad man. Until he went to the Rams and all kind of shook out. Red White Man, I said one thing I want to see is how they deal with undrafted free agent picks, finding a diamond in the rough, though. And that's a very good point because that's where you can find yourself some wins. You know what I'm saying? So we'll definitely try. We'll take a look at that, and if we find some diamond in the roughs that they did pull off, or at least with Spytek in the building, we'll definitely bring it up. But man, that's a good point. Appreciate you bringing that up. Let's see. What's your grade on Richardson first year? What Arnie? Let me know what Richardson you got. What Richardson you talking about?
I'm talking about DeCamerion.
DCam.
Yeah, you talking about DeCamerion? He was getting a solid C until Quentin Johnson cooked his.
Quentin Johnson put on a highlight film.
Immediately dropped his grade.
Yeah, he did. All right, so we're looking at basically a solid B on this 2023 year. That's what we're looking at. All right.
Yeah, solid B.
So last year, the last and final year, she's saying Winston's better QB than AOC. Yes. But the nation is not ready for that conversation.
LS.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'll have it. I'll have it any day of the week.
You better start some trouble.
Yeah.
Here we go. All right, let's see. Jeff, you said what year did you start at 2020 or 2022? We started 2021.
2021, yeah. Yeah, 2020. I think we started 2022, I think.
Oh, yeah, 2. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, 22. Yeah, because that's when he got promoted. Yep.
Yeah, that's when he got promoted, yeah.
So, and then Tyler, I appreciate you coming up, man. You guys liking the running back for the free agency? We'll talk a little bit about maybe draft and OCDC stuff right after this, man. But I'll definitely I'm gonna highlight your comment. I'll try to get back to you on that, man. But Arnie, yes, Lalu was down in the rough. That was a massive pick. But we brought him over from the Colts. But yeah, that was a good one. I'm with you. And LS, yeah, you like trouble. We see the picture.
Yeah, you ready?
I'm sure you do like some trouble or causes. I'm with you.
I've been waiting for y'all.
Right.
Say something. Let's take a look at the 2024. All right. So Graham Barton, first round draft pick, 26 overall pick. Game started 16. Offensive lineman, which is good. I do like the fact that I don't remember him because I don't remember a Duke offensive lineman being on my radar because I was looking at offensive lineman. I don't remember him being on my radar.
Yeah.
But started 16 games, or let's see if he started 16 games. Played 16.
Oh, you got it. You clicked on Duke. You gotta go out.
Oh, my bad.
You click on his name. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, started 16 games. Okay. Got yourself a starter, which is good because I mean that not only was that Bucs offense rolling, that running game was very effective. So if he's that starter on that offensive line, that's good.
Hold on. No. What is about him though is because he was the I remember him because he was the guy that he was the first center drafted. He was drafted over JPJ. So he was the first center drafted last year. I remember he was a center. I remember during draft, that was the thing. It's like, man, like when he went, he was like, dang, like he went over JPJ. That's when people was like, dang, like it must be some real issues with the injuries with JPJ, because he was clearly,
the top
in most
guy.
people's opinions, the best center in the draft. So for Graham Barton to go in front of him, I remember that. So yeah.
So scroll down to 22 real quick.
Hold on. Jeff says, after the trade with Jacksonville Jaguars in the first round of the 2022 NFL draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will now have 8 selections over the next 2 days. The Bucs trade out of
the first round
to acquire the first pick and the second from the Jags, along with picks. Okay, so they traded in 2022. Got it. So you're saying 2022. Hold on.
They traded out of that.
So they traded out that. Got it. Okay. Gotcha. Appreciate it, Jeff. And everybody in the building, make sure you guys go hit up Jeff, man.
Yeah.
He's always rocking. I appreciate you, man.
You know, one thing I'm saying, his 3 years with the Bucs in that role, they're prioritizing the trenches.
Yeah.
Every their first pick every draft is in the trenches, either offense or defensive line.
So there you go. So Arnie, you're following up with Chris. Spytek drafts in the trenches. Again, he's not the final say, but he's assistant GM, so he's definitely collaborating. He's definitely in that build, and he's making sure that we all that they all work together. I'm a building trenches guy. I like Will Campbell, but I also like that Banks kid. I'm gonna keep doing my research to kind of figure out between the two.
Man. Banks is cold, man. Banks is cold.
Banks looks like a bad man. I'm not gonna lie. You push DJ Glaze down into that guard position, but I would love for us to pick up a veteran, high caliber guard in free agency. But that's just me. But yeah, Arnie, we'll talk about that when we talk about the draft, man. I appreciate you with the question. Fidel, man, I appreciate you pulling up. I'm not going to mention that name, so Chris don't go crazy. Just letting you know. Chris is about it.
Hey, I'm chilling.
Let's see. Graham Barton. All right, so second round they go Chris
Smith.
Broswell.
Why Tyke Smith? Why do I feel like I looked him up?
The Georgia guy.
Yeah.
But you got Chris Broswell, linebacker, 17, played 17 games, got a sack and a half. So let's look at his stats real quick. Let's see. Yeah,
probably a special teams guy.
Special teams guy, probably a backup. Maybe got a little bit of playing time. So that's a backup in the second round. Tyke Smith out of Georgia, 2 picks, 13 games played.
Okay.
All right. So
I'll say two picks for a rookie in the third round.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
D-Cam didn't do that.
But then you got some late round guys. Jalen McMillan, obviously he did some work for them a little bit.
Bucky Irvin was a home run.
Yeah, sure.
Jalen McMillan, 37 catches, 461 yards, 8 touchdowns, getting a guy in the third round.
Yeah.
Bucky Irvin was a bad man. I mean, he was one of the guys I really liked in the later rounds. I was surprised he went fourth because I felt out of Oregon he was a little undersized, and I thought that he was going to be more of a third down / returner guy.
Mm-hmm.
But for them to snag Bucky Irving and for him to turn into a 1,000-yard rusher, he's nailing mid-round draft picks.
That's
huge.
And who was their running back going into this year?
Rashad White.
Okay.
Rashad Wright and I don't know if he got traded. No, there was somebody else too. There was he's actually from a school that is from where I was in Texas, in North Texas. Shit, why am I blanking?
He started.
White. Yeah, he was a baller towards the tail end of not last year, but the year before that, and they kept rolling with I'm blanking on his name. I can look it up. Hold on. But he was that was going to be their starter. I don't know if they traded him away or if he went elsewhere, but he was definitely in that backfield. Severe, are you looking something up?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
So, let's see. Looking at Elijah Klein, no production there. Devin Culp, 5 catches, 88 yards. That's most likely garbage time as a tight end. Maybe not a whole lot of action, but to nail, you got yourself Graham Barton, starting offensive lineman, to kind of help with that running game. And then mid-round guys, Jalen McMillan, Bucky Irving. You're nailing that without question. And so,
just Chase Edmonds?
No, not Chase Edmonds.
Keyshawn Vaughn?
Nope.
The only other one that was on there is Patrick Laird, and I don't think that was him. This is 2020. This is their 2023 roster, though.
Okay, hold up. I'm gonna get it. Ronald Jones.
Oh, Ronald Jones. He went to SC. He went to SC.
Yep, Ronald Jones.
I don't remember him.
SC. Yeah.
Because he was basically he was moving around in that backfield, but he got at least 50% of the carries. Ronald Jones.
He was SC guy. I remember Ronald Jones.
So look, with this draft, you get yourself a starting offensive lineman to help with the running game. You get 2 very productive mid-round guys. I mean, I would give this. I'm gonna give this. I'm struggling between a C+ and a C and a B-.
Yeah, I'm giving it a B- just based off of the Bucky Irving. Like they got them a guy.
Yeah.
They got them a guy in the 4th round. You got your starting center.
Yeah. You passed on JPJ though. That's why it's like,
yeah.
Right.
But you know what? But I mean, it's probably a little scary because I mean we were scared for a while because we didn't know when JPJ was gonna suit up and all that. So, but yeah, I mean I get it.
So Severe, what'd you say on that?
I give it a B-. I think, but it could improve though. I think Jalen McMillan is gonna be a good player. Yeah, 8
tutties in a rookie year.
Yeah,
is he a big body?
No, he's not a big guy.
Oh, he's not. Okay, I don't know if he was like a red zone threat.
No, but he's a guy that I think he's mostly like a more of a slot guy. But he really didn't start getting a lot of work until the end of the year when Godwin went down. And that's when he started really doing his damage. So if they let Godwin walk, then Jalen McMillan gonna get a whole lot more attention.
Yeah, we're gonna talk job LS. I better not see Teteroa McMillan at 6. We go about to battle. LS.
There we go, LS.
All right, LS.
Oh, come on,
man.
LS, we was here, dog. What happened, man? We was
LS,
here, LS.
There we go, LS. I'm with you, bro.
Why you switch sides?
More. We gotta see more, man.
Severe's losing fingers now. He's losing fingers.
Why you switch sides on me, dog?
Let's see. All right. So look, that kind of gives you a quick little rundown of.
It's true.
Or a little bit of history with Spytek in his drafting. And so I think we got to come. Let's go. Tay said drafting Barton might mean he values versatility in offensive lineman. Yeah. And to Arnie's comment as well, the thing is that he might be more susceptible to building in the trenches, which could get very interesting. So, Raiders for Chris, man. I appreciate you pulling up, man. He let us have JPJ because he knew he was coming, man. JPJ, man, he's a bad man. He is a bad man. He just needs to stop Supermaning everywhere.
Man,
damn kid.
Doing that E-Honda.
I'm telling you, man. All right, so that kind of gives us a little bit of insight as to a Spytek's draft history, at least assisting in the draft because he was assistant GM. So we'll kind of see how that rolls over and marries with just kind of how Pete Carroll in his vision and kind of how we roll with this squad. And so we'll kind of get back up to the big screen. And so as we kind of go through that, right? Let's do a quick comparison on Sunday night, we looked at Pete Carroll's draft history. Definitely looks like he's not afraid of picking offensive linemen to start.
Yeah.
Right. He does like running backs in the draft, even though he did get Marshawn Lynch on free agency. He will pick running backs in the draft. And then you look at what Spytek's history is with the draft as well. I would not be surprised. And you hear about Pete Carroll talking about a quarterback is just one piece to the puzzle.
Yeah.
When it comes to quarterback. So chat real quick. I had a question from you and I'm gonna throw it to my guys is, who do you think is going to be the first pick at number 6 in this upcoming draft? Based on, if you guys are with us on Sunday night, based on what we've seen so far, who do you truly think is going to be the pick at number 6? If it's not a quarterback, let's just say quarterbacks are out of the scenario. They're picked, they're gone. Who do you think it's going to be? Severe, I'll throw it to you first, man. Based on what we've gone through, who do you think that first pick is going to be in the NFL draft? Well, let's do it 2 ways. Who do you think it's going to be, and who do you want?
Kind of the same. I'm looking at Will Johnson, Mason Graham, or Tetaroa. I mean, I me personally, like I said, my favorite player in this draft is Will Johnson. The Michigan connection is there as well with Spytek, him going to Michigan. And then, we all know Pete Carroll likes corners. He likes, physical, like taller corners. And that's what Will Johnson is. He's pretty tall guy for a corner. That's what we saw that, when we're looking at those drafts, that's what Pete Carroll prefers. So, that's what I'm looking at. That's who I would honestly want if quarterbacks were off the board. I think that's a guy that you lock down one side of the field for sure. And then if JB can continue to do what he was doing and stay healthy, I think you have 2 very good corners. And we're recreating the Legion of Boom right there. Recreating the Legion of Boom right there, especially with Merrick. If we bring Merrick back and Isaiah Palomino, that's 4 extremely good guys in the secondary, plus Max up front as a pass rusher, plus Wilkins up front. And then if we bring back Kuntz and Calevon, like that's a very formidable defense right there for whoever is the defensive coordinator, because it doesn't look like it's going to be Patrick Graham anymore.
I'm with John. What's up, man? I appreciate you. We'll do, you know what? We're going to do some mock drafts after the coaching staff is in place. It's so hard to do a mock draft as it stands right now. But Chris, I'll throw it to you in a second. But Severe, when you say that, am I missing something? Is Patrick Graham clearly out the running?
I mean, I hear that he's I think he's going to the Jaguars to now interview as defensive coordinator.
I heard that. Yeah.
So, and the fact that he wanted that job, and the fact that he's even interviewing them after being passed up over as head coach, and it's looking like he I'm cool off the Raiders, man. Like y'all can do what y'all do over there. I'm cool off of y'all. I'm gonna find somewhere else to go. So it's looking like he's kind of in that lane right now.
I'd be curious, man. I'd be really curious if he does make that leap, because one of the things that I'm more leaning towards is I would like to see Patrick Graham be re-signed. Bring him back, which means we have a better chance of keeping guys like Adam Butler, Robert Spillane, Trevon Merrick. These guys will most likely give the Raiders more consideration to come back, as opposed to kind of restructure this entire thing. You don't know if the next defensive coordinator is going to have a different scheme that may not, deal with the same personnel. And so I think that's my biggest thing is we got so many issues on the offense that we need to figure out. I would be okay with bringing back Patrick Graham and look at what this healthy defense could potentially look like if we do bring back a Malcolm Kuntz, a Caleb Von Chasen, those type of things. And so, man, if Patrick Graham leaves, I'm not going to lie, I think I'd be a little bitter about it, more because I think there's going to be some big names that are going to be walking out of this building, which I'm going to be pretty bitter about.
Yeah.
And so
I guess I could definitely see Adam Butler falling following suit.
Yeah. I'm with you. So, Chris, what's your thoughts, man? Pick number 6. Who do you think it's going to be, and who do you want?
I want Will Johnson as well. But and again, it's going to be hard without knowing who the coordinators are. But I could see him, wanting to try to solidify that offensive line as much as possible. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's a Will Campbell or one of the other guys up front, or we do see that they like to move around. Maybe we go back a couple spots and get a Banks or something like that. So I would love Will Johnson, but again, if Patrick Graham leaves, then it's like I don't know. You got to understand what type of system he has. Is he really going to value? Actually, you got to value someone of Will Johnson. He's just that dude. But yeah, I'll just leave it at that. I'm with Will Johnson, but I think it might be Will Campbell.
Okay, there's a lot of people in this building. I mean, I'm gonna bring you guys back up, but people are saying Will Johnson, Taddy's Will Johnson. Raider 8, you're saying Will's an L pick. He is a 4-4 guy, so maybe.
Will Johnson.
You got Raiders for show. Raiders for Chris, you're saying Will Johnson.
Man, Al Davis would take Jalen Monroe.
That's exactly what I was about to say. That is exactly what I was about to say, man.
I heard he had by far the strongest arm at the Senior Bowl, and he's gonna probably run like a 4.4, 4.3. Al Davis.
Yeah.
Al Davis would take Jalen Monroe, and he's high character guy too. Al Davis. Well, yeah, that's my guy. And
LS, I'll help PG carry us, man. Yeah. I'm telling you, LS, we're having a rough day today with you. All right.
Yeah, man.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how you like. Here's the thing: is I don't know. Again, all the injuries. Now, the one thing to take into consideration is we did not play against the most high-powered offenses out there. If you look at all the offenses that we played against some beat-up teams when we faced the Rams. They had no Cooper Kupp. They had a bunch of backup offensive linemen. They had no Puka Nacua. When we placed the Jags, it was Mac Jones. Saints backup quarterback. I mean, whenever we played Carolina, which took it to us, and they with the Red Rocket, you know what I'm saying? Like backup quarterback. It's like what sucks is I get it, but at the end of the day, I want to see some of these players come back, and I think Patrick Graham, with what I've seen him do in the past, I think he can do some work with at least the players in the building as long as we can keep them healthy, because I want to see Robert Spillane come back. I want to see Trayvon Merritt come back. Isaiah Polamau, I want to see him come back. I want to see Adam Butler come back, And so.
And I was at that game when we played the Bengals. I mean, they made that defense. I mean, that was hard to even watch. I think I left early at that point. That was tough. That was tough.
It was brutal. So there are pros and cons to PG. I'm with you, LS. I'm with you. But at the same time, it's hard not to overlook just all the injuries and everything that we did have. So it's tough. But I definitely want to see those names come back. That's on me. That's for me. So when it comes to the draft, at least on my side, I'm with you guys. I think because Pete Carroll's there's a really good chance Will Campbell comes this way. Will Johnson, the corner. Mm-hmm. I think Will Johnson, the corner, does come this way. But if you do look at their history, as much as I like Tedero McMillan, I don't know if that would be a guy that they would go after. I got to look at what's deeper in the draft, the type of receivers that are deep in the draft. As much as I like Tedero McMillan, based on what we've seen so far, I'm not sure if that's the guy. I could see them going corner, and I could see them going offensive tackle. Those are the two guys those are the two positions I could definitely see them going. And honestly, I wouldn't be mad at it, man. The more and more I look at that, I watched that the Will Campbell kid. I mean, the corner.
Will Johnson.
Will Johnson. I keep getting Will Campbell, Will Johnson mixed up. The more and more I watch, Will Johnson, he's a bad man at corner. He's
He's a pick six waiting to happen.
He's got the instincts. He comes up and he will hit somebody. You look at all the bowl games that they played, and every single team struggled to pass the ball because they just locked receivers down. And he's majority probably on that number one receiver.
Oh, yeah.
And so, and he's not afraid to hit. He will come up. He's a physical corner. He could you put him and Ja'Cory Bennett.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Nasty. Let them grow together, man.
With Isaiah Palomau and Trayvon Merritt.
Yeah, young. Yeah.
And here's the thing, though, is that if you have those two guys, and then again, I'm only saying, like, let's say Patrick Graham is our offensive coordinator, and we get some of these guys back, right? Now you got Max Crosby, you potentially re-sign Adam Butler, you got Christian Wilkins, and then you got either Malcolm Kuntz, if you can re-sign him, and Caleb Von Chasen to rotate in. That's nasty.
That's what I'm saying.
Now you have a chance at locking down in the secondary, and you have a front four that's going to get after every single quarterback. Like that could be a nasty defensive setup.
Yeah. Plus Laulu developing too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so to me, I feel like it could be a Will Campbell a top end corner, but at the same time, I could see us going in the trenches. I could see us going in the trenches and getting a tackle, maybe bump down DJ Glaze to a guard position. But I would love to see us get a veteran guard, top in the draft in free agency, and have a veteran guard sitting next to maybe a DJ Glaze as well as a JPJ, and help with that development process in the league. And so, Raider Mitch, you're saying Carter, if he's available. I don't know if he's going to drop to us.
Yeah.
But here's as much as I really do like Carter, the thing is that if you kind of lay out that scenario that we just talked about, if you can get Malcolm Kuntz back on a prove it deal, you get Caleb Von Chasen on a good team friendly deal, with Max Crosby on the opposite end, and then you got two lockdown corners. That's nasty against Patrick Mahomes. Like, the Bucs proved that that's how you beat somebody. And Spytek might have that in his mind, that I know how to beat that Patrick Mahomes over there because I was part of the organization that did it before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, as much as I do like Carter, I just don't know, depending on how everything plays out, if that'll actually work out, to be dead honest. So that's just me. Again, guys, appreciate everybody in the building. Make sure you hit up Chris Protect Show podcast, The Severe Raider to my right. I'm 805 Raider, Real Talk Raider Nation. Hit that like button, subscribe. We hit you guys Sunday nights and Tuesdays. Sometimes we move around in the middle of the week, but we definitely hit you guys. We appreciate you guys pulling up. We're going to talk last subject. And it's just the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator talk. We'll touch on that real quick before we get out of you guys, and you guys can move on and enjoy your night. But yes, Myra, appreciate you. Hit those like buttons, people. I appreciate you. So let's talk real quick. Offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. A lot of moving pieces, but names are dwindling. And so we definitely got to get some guys in. I expect probably some news this week. I'm not sure how you could take longer than this week. So we got the Bucs that are now looking for an offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
Liam Cohen's gone. He's with the Jags, and so the Bucs are looking for an offensive coordinator. You got the Saints that are still looking for a head coach, and then once they get a head coach, then they're looking for an offensive coordinator. You got, I think, Aaron Glenn over the Jets, still looking for an offensive coordinator. There's still positions that need to be filled. And so, Chris, I'll throw it to you first. Let's talk about the offensive side first. Where do you think we're moving when it comes to the offensive coordinator talk?
Yeah, I still like slow it. I know we talked about it the other day. But I will say McFleur is growing on me. I didn't really think about it at first because I'm like, why would he leave? But the opportunity to kind of put his stamp of approval and actually kind of run his own show would be nice. But again, we don't have a quarterback, so it's not going to be, like why would you leave that situation? So yeah, I would say Sloak because I think he can hit the ground running, and I think he's going to have a lot to prove. And yeah, I'll go there.
I'm with you. It's a good name, but here's the thing I'd be really curious about. We'll talk, Arnie. We'll talk about this for a second because I think it's gonna be a quick conversation. I wouldn't be surprised if Slowick goes over to the Bucs. You go over there being OC. You got Baker Mayfield already locked in. You got Mike Evans. You got Cade Otton. You got McMillan. You got a good running game. You got Chris Godwin that will most likely, if they re-sign him and try to bring him back off of injury, it's like you already got an offense to rock with.
Yeah, you get the ground running.
You're not going to go be a head coach anywhere. Obviously, the Saints still have an opening, but like you're not going to go head coach anywhere. So you're going to go find an OC job. I could see him go, hey, let me go rock with Baker Mayfield over there.
Got some pieces, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's always been in that conversation of a potential head coach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if he just goes and rocks over there for a second, for one season, does good with Baker Mayfield, he might be in the talks of the next head coaching cycle.
Dave Canales and Liam Cohen, like the consecutive years, 1 year, 1 year there, they're head coaches. So like I don't know about y'all, but like Dave Canales wasn't on my radar. Like I was, he's the next head coach. Like he came out of nowhere. So it's like you go over there and you do your thing for a year. You're sitting pretty. So I mean, Slowick would be ideal, but like as you guys said, I don't really see that happening. Like there's going to be more attractive jobs out there for him. It's going to be tough for us to find a true offensive coordinator. I know Shane Waldron was a guy. I know he left Seattle, went to the Bears. The Bears fired him, but he was in that Seattle organization for a while. Pete Carroll, I'm sure, trusts him. I'm praying, I'm hoping against hope that it is not Darrell Bevel. If it's Darrell Bevel, bro,
all hope will be lost.
Oh my God, I'm going to go bananas. But I don't know.
A little bit.
It's not. I mean, it's not. I mean, I hear there's some interest in Bo Hardegree. I don't know what I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not. I know. Ain't no kind of be happy, and the guy like, yeah, my dog.
Oh my God.
But I don't know how I feel about Bo Hardegree. Now I'm hearing David Shaw. People know that name's being bounced around a little bit. I'm not a fan of that either. It's gonna be slim pickings, man. It's gonna probably be somebody like we don't know, somebody that has previous ties to Pete Carroll in some form or fashion. But it's gonna be tough just because it's a competitive market out there, and we don't have competitive roster on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, I'm with you. Cole Kevin saying Coots' numbers projected 18.5 million per season. I mean, I haven't seen that. That would be shocking.
Not coming off
an actual number. That's crazy.
Yeah, not coming off the injury.
I mean, I think that number, and again, don't quote me, but I think that number is bigger than some top tier edge rushers. Yeah. I mean, I would be cool if we were throwing maybe 8 to 10 mil a year. Maybe first year is kind of a prove it year, or even maybe just get him for like a 2 year and like a 2 year, maybe like a $16 million deal. Yeah. Knowing that, hey, you finish off strong, you coming off injury. We know what you can do.
Yeah.
Prove it to us that you can continue to do it, but we know what you can do. So we're going to throw you a bone a little bit. And so, but 18.5 mil, that's crazy. That is
crazy. But you know what? Like, he may get it if someone like Patrick Graham goes somewhere else to the Jaguars, and he's going to be like, let's go get that guy.
Maybe,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
If you got someone that'll vouch for you, different.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And so Arnie, you're saying what is the second full year evaluation of Tyree Wilson, our 7th pick in the draft? Are we talking blocked or unblocked? What are we talking about here?
Baby, the YMCA swim you got. Yeah, man. It's just, it's just watching Jalen Carter play. It's just frustrating. It's like watching when we drafted Jamarcus Russell, and I had to watch Calvin Johnson just destroy the league. And I'm just like, yo, man, like we were right there. Like we had one job. We had one job, and and it's even worse.
Lane Kiffin wanted to do it.
Yeah, but it's even worse with Jalen Carter because everybody knew he was like the one. He was, and it's like there's no way in the world. If you would ask people pre-draft, there's no way in the world he's not getting past. He's not getting outside of the top 3 picks. And we were sitting right there. And we needed a defensive tackle at the time. Like we didn't. We needed a defensive tackle at the time.
That was our number one need. That was our number one need.
That had been our number one need for years. Like, bro,
right.
You get somebody that can create some pressure up the middle, so they can't, so if when they step up in the pocket, like it's a guy there. It'll allow Max to get off. We didn't know Chandler had gone crazy yet. But and we passed on him, man. Just watching Jalen Carter do what he did. Jalen Carter, the refs is gonna have their say on it. They ain't gonna let it happen. But in any other league, Jalen Carter would be a Super Bowl champion, right? Or well on his way to being a Super Bowl champion. We know that's not gonna happen this year for them. The refs got their money on. But like he's the best. He's the best defensive player on a Super Bowl caliber team, and it's crazy.
So, Arnie, you got another question, man? I don't know how desirable our OC job is if you don't have a true solidified quarterback. We have some missing pieces. We don't have much of a running game, and so it compared to what else is out there, right? The Jags, you got Trevor Lawrence over there. Bucks, you got Baker Mayfield. So, and with Liam Cohen leaving, that opens up another position that now kind of pushes us down the totem pole as it relates to desirable jobs. Depending on how you think of Aaron Rodgers, an OC can go over there and work with Aaron Rodgers, depending on what you think about him. And so I think, I'm telling you, we're getting pushed down the list a little bit with all the open jobs. But here's my thing is if we can't get a young offensive coordinator, up and comer or what have you, I know someone threw Frank Wright's name out there. If we can't get a guy like Slowick, which I can't imagine Slowick want to come over here in our situation. I can't imagine it. I got to imagine he's going to get a job that's going to help him keep in the running for a head coaching position. I'm really interested as to what the Saints do at the head coaching position. I'm really interested.
Yeah.
Because if rumor has it that what's his face, the Philly offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore.
Yeah.
If he does get that Saints job, as time goes on, if the Saints don't make an announcement by this week, there's a really good chance.
It's probably gonna be him. Yeah,
they're shooting their shot at Kellen Moore. And so if that happens, I would not be opposed to Mike McCarthy potentially coming in. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I'd love to see with the development that our offense needs, I'd love to see a true play caller come in. And if Mike McCarthy can truly just be an offensive coordinator, that's it. No head coaching duties, obviously nothing. He is just purely a play caller and help kind of develop this young roster. We got one of the youngest rosters in the NFL. And figure out, how do I develop Brock Bowers? How do I get Jacoby Myers going? Do we bring in, a later round receiver, maybe someone through free agency, develop a quarterback? I know one of the things I mentioned on one of our previous shows is you bring over Cooper Rush as a potential backup quarterback to help that quarterback room because he was able to stay competitive with Cooper Rush. Not saying he's a starter. I'm just saying you bring him in to kind of help that quarterback room and develop that next quarterback, knowing Mike McCarthy's system for as long as he's been in it. If we don't get a young name, I would not be opposed to going the veteran route and potentially look at Mike McCarthy as coming in as our offensive coordinator. And who knows? It could develop Mike McCarthy into a head coach. You don't know. But I probably would rock that way a little bit.
How old is Mike McCarthy though? He could be too young. Is he? He could be too young. Like if you don't qualify for a senior discount, you can't coach with this team.
You got to hit the social security numbers. That's what you need to hit.
What about Leftwich?
I like Leftwich.
Yeah, he got ties to John Spytek, right? Yeah, that was there at the same time.
Yeah.
But
you
then
know,
again,
I
guess,
honestly I don't have much.
He did probably show him the door.
I don't have much. I don't have much of an opinion on Byron Leftwich. I'd be really curious. Do you guys know, or chat? Let me know, because I don't know. Do you guys know how that relationship was with Tom Brady, or how it ended, or
it seemed like they were good from my understanding. I mean, again, I wasn't paying enough attention to know the inner workings, but yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I have no clue how that ended. I do know that wasn't Byron Leftwich fired before Tom Brady left, or was it after Tom Brady left?
Yeah, I think he got that Super Bowl with them. I think.
I know he did, but then Tom Brady played another year after.
Well, yeah, after.
And I don't know if Byron Leftwich was still. I don't remember. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I don't remember either, honestly.
What year did what year did Tom Brady leave?
2022, I believe.
2, yeah, I think 2.
I think no. So it was Byron Leftwich. It was Dave Canales and Liam. So it had to be 2023. Because Dave Canales was 23, 24, and Liam Cohen was 24, 25.
Yeah,
so he had to get fired 2020, 2023. Had to be So the end of the 2022, 2023 season would have been his last one with them. And he got head coaching interviews around that time, I want to say.
He did.
He did. Yeah, because a lot of people were, because I remember him, and at that point, him and Bieniemy both were big names, and they both got passed up. You know, people were surprised about that. But yeah, to me, Leftwich, I don't know why he's not brought up more. And I mean, with Spytek, you know, I don't know what kind of relationship they got, but I don't know.
No, but the tribe, stop it! Don't you bring up that name in this chat, damn it.
Who?
Greg Olson, kid.
Greg Olson. Nah. I've been hearing rumors.
I hope them rumors are from.
I've been hearing rumors about Tom Cable too.
Bro, that's gonna piss me off. I ain't gonna lie, that's gonna piss me off.
Oh, there you go, right there. Yeah,
that's gonna piss me off, man.
Tom Cable ain't been a good coach since he punched Randy Hansen.
She's throwing blows on the sideline.
Exactly, man.
He socked Randy Hansen, bro. He just go somewhere.
He is always the reason we always want to go back to the power running scheme, because he tries to install the zone, and we always be like, it don't work. Then we get rid of him and try something else. Every time.
He's the one that wanted us to draft. He's the one that wanted us to draft Leatherwood.
That's what I'm saying.
The one that pushed for that.
And if we got him, Andre James going to sign a 5-year extension.
Oh my goodness!
He loves some Andre James, do that, bro. That's what I'm saying. No to Tom, man.
That's his pet project.
Yeah,
that's his pet project. Andre James.
No to Tom, man.
Yeah, Greg Olson was a horrible offensive coordinator. I could not stand it. Now, mind you, Greg Olson came back. He did help us get to that playoff run. He did. I'll give it to him. But if y'all remember that that last play of the Cincinnati game, which was probably one of the worst plays I've ever seen drawn up in my life.
Yeah, like why is he even there?
That was horrible.
Why is anyone in front of the end zone?
But you put Darren Waller on a speed out to the sideline. To like the 11-yard line when we need to get to the end zone. Like you're
go do a jump ball, Darren. Let's
one of your best offensive threats. You put them in the flats. Like that was crazy. That was okay. Neither here nor there. So no on Greg Olson, damn it. Yeah, that's my thing. Jonathan, you're saying Chip Kelly. That is a name to watch out for. You never know if that could pull off. We talked about this last live, and look, if he was just solely play calling duties, again, as these names kind of fall off the board, it might be slim pickings, after a week or so. So we'll kind of definitely see how it all works out. But I know, Chris, you kind of had you had a little bit of an insight on Chip Kelly. What's your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I just, like I say, he does his thing. He proved himself, but I keep going back to, what those old Eagles players say about him, man. Like I just, we know how our team is. We know how our organization is. The last thing we need is something like that because it's only going to magnify in our room. So I don't want no parts of that. And I know he's a good, he can, create plays and stuff like that. But I'm cool, man.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Wink Martindale.
Oh, is it? We get names going. Yeah, man. I think Mark McCarthy could be the Saints head coach, but man, if he keeps rolling,
Kellen Moore, yeah,
you got to hear something quickly. You better snag somebody up real quick.
Why hasn't Kellen Moore got a head coach job yet, man? I just feel like
I don't know.
Like his name was buzzing, man. I
know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but Space Beast, what's happening? Nobody goes full Leatherwood,
man.
Let's see. Raiders bring back Del Rito, Ken Norton. No, Gus Bradley. Don't you? That's another name. Don't put Gus Bradley in this chat.
Or Ken Norton.
Yeah, or Ken Norton. I'm with you.
But, yeah.
Norton can coach our linebackers. He a hell of a linebacker coach.
Yeah.
He coached
but now he was the coordinator though. Wasn't he?
Yeah, he was the coordinator towards the end. Yeah.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
It was. He was our D coordinator one year too. It was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We had him and Del Rio, two former linebackers, and they didn't address the linebacker position at all during their tenure, man. At all. They didn't care about the man. That pissed me off all over again.
And yeah,
Wink Martindale. I'm down for Wink.
I'm cool with Wink.
Wouldn't be mad at it. Wouldn't be mad at it again. We just talking about it with Patrick Graham. I think the big benefit of Patrick Graham is you could retain some of our studs on this defense, but I wouldn't be mad at Martindale either. I'm with you.
Raider Way just gave me goosebumps, man. He just gave me goosebumps.
Hey. Where he at? Let me see. Cool Cap. We're gonna get 5.
Oh, bro.
Cool Cap.
Oh my goodness.
You see what he put?
Tressman.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness.
He gave me goosebumps. I forgot about that name.
Tressman, yeah. Oh,
Tressman, Ohio State?
No, Mark Tressman.
No, not Jim Tressel.
That Tressel. That's what I'm like.
Yeah. Oh man. That gives
Terry Robisky. Oh my goodness. Oh, bro. Oh my goodness, man. We've made so many mistakes, man.
Oh man. Hey, someone block Raider Way, man. He giving us PTSD, man. God, Mark.
All the old names coming.
The only one worse than that is my man. What's the bread and breakfast guy?
Oh yeah, Walsh. Tom Walsh.
Yeah.
Tom Walsh.
Tom Walsh. Bread and breakfast.
Walsh. Oh man.
Hey, Edgar Bonilla, man, I'll say, look, I'm not the biggest fan of Doug Peterson, but the thing is if we start to looking at veteran offensive coordinators, veteran head coaches, if we miss out on the young ones, look, I wouldn't be mad at it. But again, that we got to miss on some names in order to potentially consider them. That would be my only take on that. The 805 Raider, what's up, man? Tom Walsh, yeah. So, that was another name. LS, don't do it. Keep Paul Gunther out this chat, damn it. The hell out of that. Oh man. All right. So that's it, man. So here's the thing.
Oh my god, you said Todd Downing. Oh my god.
Oh, bro. Give us an aneurysm up here, man.
And for Chris, yeah, we'd be all mad if Andre James starting a center. It ain't gonna happen. There's no way, or we will no longer trust the process. Let's put it that way.
Exactly.
I'm with you.
Raider Way. I liked Al Saunders. I ain't gonna lie. I liked Al Saunders.
Al Saunders.
I did. I liked Al Saunders. I can't even sit here and lie.
Bill Callahan. No, god damn it, you guys with all your names.
He would never.
He's saying could coach our offensive line. I don't know. We'll see.
No, he's a good offensive line coach. Yeah, he is. But he would never come back. What was he the one to call our players the dumbest team ever? Or was that Norv? No, that wasn't Norv. No, that was.
I think that was
Callahan.
That was Bill Callahan.
Yeah.
We've got to be the dumbest team.
The dumbest. Yeah.
Already bring our bread and breakfast back.
How do we make it through? How do we make it through that era, man?
Man,
how are we still here?
Yeah, bro.
That's damn good. Yeah.
And I don't drink, bro. So I don't know how I made it through.
Bro, yeah, I don't know how you. Yeah,
I made it through completely sober, man. Like this is
you felt all the pain.
Man,
well, at least I was numb to the pain. You felt all
when
that.
you're sober, man. It hit completely different when you're sober, man. You got to live this. You got to live in it.
I was no longer reaching the fridge. I was reaching for the top shelf. I was reaching the top shelf. I was getting the darker stuff. I was like, damn it, man. I got to get through this some way, somehow.
Oh, man.
But, man, I appreciate him. Raider Hawaii saying Wes Welker, man.
Wes Welker.
Because he's still the receiver coach over at Miami, right? I think he is.
Todd McNair. I think Todd McNair. I think he coached with Pete at SC. I think he's with the Bucks. I think he's with the Bucks for a little while. Todd McNair.
Oh, again, yes, you're saying Callahan would drive most fans to drink. Yes, yeah. I'm with you. And Easy, you're saying Hugh Jackson. That
just do it.
That's Chris's boy.
That's my dog.
Do it.
He'll never get a shot. His only shot was going to be with AP and Marvin Lewis.
Yeah,
he's blackballed from the league.
Oh damn, bro. That explains everything.
This explains everything.
That explains everything.
Everything.
That explains everything. That's right, man. I need to, man. Exactly. I need to do that.
That's what it is. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, Alabama has no Super Bowl adjustments. Yes, absolutely. Not even change of play calls.
Nothing. Oh no, that whole thing was a sabotage, man. That literally was a sabotage. Made our center go AWOL.
Man,
I'll never forgive him for that, man.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah,
I mean, you're saying Josh McCown, man. Honestly, I wouldn't mind Josh McCown, but the thing is that I just don't like the fact that he just hasn't really called plays before in the NFL.
Yeah.
Like that's the hard part I would struggle with is he hasn't actually called plays. But if you could groom him, if you had the chance to call plays and you had a chance of Pete Carroll grooming him for the position, to be maybe a head coach later down the road, I wouldn't be afraid of it or opposed it. But
think about it like this, right? 3 years ago, Nick Caserio and the Texans had basically hired Josh McCown as their head coach. And then they were hit with incredible backlash because there were more qualified candidates of color that did not even really get a serious look.
Yeah.
And they had basically made a backdoor deal with Josh McCown. And then, like I said, they hit with that backlash, and they reneged, and they ended up hiring Lovie Smith for a year, firing Lovie Smith, and then they hired D'Amico Ryans right after.
Yeah, no. But again, if McCown can get I don't know, it's more about grooming him, honestly. But again, because he doesn't have a lot of experience at all with calling plays with our offense, I'd struggle to even see if that would happen. So. Or would work out. But I like the name though, to be honest. It's definitely a guy to watch out for. But man, we were rocking. Go ahead.
Now I was saying he probably would need to be like a pass game coordinator for a couple, like, you know what I'm saying, get more responsibilities. But I mean, I've always been a McCown guy. So I think he'll have a lot to bring to an offense.
Yeah. And again, with experience, I definitely would watch out for that name. But I appreciate everybody popping through, man. We were rocking for 2 hours, man. We went over just the presser. We went over, some talks about Max Crosby and the photo that's been going a little around social media. We talked about that. We talked about Spytek and his history through free agency, his history through the draft. And so at the end of the day, I think we have a chance at moving around. We kind of have an idea as his trends as an assistant GM. And so we definitely, I think between him and Pete Carroll, it's going to be interesting to kind of the direction that they go. But we talked about OCDC and the potential and a little bit of the draft. So we definitely appreciate everybody popping through. And Stuntman with the super chat, I appreciate you. So TJD. Too loose between the 20s got to create with corner blitzes or stunts. Here's my thing. I'll agree with you. It was definitely a bend but don't break defense.
Yeah,
a bend but don't break defense. But one thing I will say is it's so hard with the amount of injuries that we had. It's hard. It's hard to kind of keep that consistency and continue to blitz when you need everybody to be on that same page when it comes to blitz packages and all that stuff. And when you have constant injuries, it's hard to continue to create that against certain offenses. But I'm with you. Definitely bend but don't break. I got to go grab something real quick. Severe, I'll throw it to you first. What's your thoughts on that comment? And then Chris, take over as well. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I mean, he did some pretty creative stuff with blitzes. I mean, like Nate Hobbs was one of our better blitzers, in fact. So I think he's a guy that's not going to put our defense in compromised positions, especially when. If we were able to generate enough pressure with 4 guys, we were able to do it. And if you look at our blitz rate this past year, we were one of the highest rated or highest, blitzing percentage teams in the league. Now, a lot of that had to do with because we were playing 5-man front. So anytime you send anything more than a 4-man front, it is considered a blitz. But the fact that he was adaptable enough to say, you know what, I'm gonna try this 5-man front out because essentially 5 of my best guys play on the defensive line. They're 5. Those are 5 of my best players. So like he would have rather, and that tells you everything you need to know right there. Like I would rather have Charles Snowden out there than have Tommy Eichenberg or Luke Masterson or Tyree Wilson. That should tell you a whole lot. So it's that tells you everything you need to know right there.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, man. Me personally, like I said, I'm cool with PG. Honestly, I just really wanted to see him with the guys that he thought he was going to have. Those injuries, man. The only thing that I didn't like, and I know we kind of really discovered it. We kind of discovered it a lot when we did the film breakdown. Was a lot of the miscommunication, in the DBs, that stuff like that. But then again, we were missing Epps because when Epps was there, we didn't have that. But I just saw, if anything, it's just like some of those just mental breakdowns and communication breakdowns I didn't like. But I think if we would have had our guys healthy, I think PG would have got busy, and he may have even worked himself up into being a serious consideration for a head coaching position, but it just didn't play out that way.
Yeah, I'm with you. Missed the majority of what you guys said because I had to go and grab just one last one. Got to hit you guys with the 8 and 5 beer. You know what I'm saying? I stick with the 8 and 5.
Sponsorship incoming.
I'm telling you.
All that talk about Mark Trestman. Got to,
had to get it going.
Look, Mark, trust me. I'll be right back.
Yeah, LS over there doing push-ups, man. I'm telling you, over here making everybody triggered, man. Talking about all that time
push-ups and pull-ups.
Right.
But Jason, appreciate the feedback, man. I appreciate you. Caleb Daniels, super chat. I appreciate you, man. Real quick, we're gonna go thoughts on Mike Singletary's coaching career. Bonus points if you can remember what team years he coached. I think NFC West, late 2000s. Okay.
Yeah.
Niners.
I think it's 2009, 2010. 2009, 2010.
Yeah, I don't
know. Can't coach with him. Can't play with him. Can't win with him. Can't do it.
Remember he walked my man. He kicked my man off the field. What was that tight end? I liked him.
Out of Maryland.
Huh?
Vernon Davis.
Who's that tight end?
Vernon Davis.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Vernon Davis.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah. You can't.
Okay. Yeah. Kick him out of practice.
Can't win with him. Can't do it.
So Caleb, you're saying 2008,
2010. Okay.
2010 to 2010. Yeah. Ron Vernon Davis. Yeah. I mean, but here's the thing. Didn't Mike Singletary start? Was he assistant on the Rams to start?
No, he started as linebackers coach with the Ravens. Then he was an assistant coach with the Niners. I don't know if he ever got elevated to interim status as a coach or if he got straight promoted. But he spent time on Jeff Fisher's staff. Like before Jeff Fisher was fired, I think Jeff Fisher hired him. And then that was
Okay.
Yeah, with the Rams, and that was either
so I thought he was
a year or 2 years before McVay. But I remember he's with the Rams. My cousin's a Rams fan, so I remember him going over to the Rams. And I think he was just in like the UFL or USFL. Like, I don't know if he's still there, but I think when they first started, they brought him out because they he was a name. So he's like, we got Mike Singletary. It's like, I don't know how long ago that was, but I want to say that's when they first started. I don't know if it's USFL or XFL. It was one of those leagues did it.
Mike Singletary.
Yeah, hey, bad man's a player, but even more of a bad man's a coach because he didn't take no shit. That's for damn sure.
Nah, he didn't.
Nothing. So, man, but Caleb Johnson, I appreciate the super chat, man. Appreciate you. But look,
Mike.
At the end of the day, and I stepped away for a second, but apparently, I guess in my review, yes, it looks like there was an Eichenberg mentioning by somebody.
Never forget.
I wonder who that was from. I think who was it? I was like, look, did I hear Severe just say you'd rather have Saturday Night Fever Charles Snowden playing than Tommy E? Telling you, it was a struggle.
Did work, man. Yes, Snowden did work.
Snowden was on the field.
Snowden did do work, man. And right away, real quick, why'd Gator not get more playing time? Honestly, man, my only reaction to that is who knows? I don't know how he's producing in practice. We did have better edge rushing play, but I would have liked to see him more at linebacker. I think Amari Burney got a lot of playing time towards the tail end of the season instead of him. Yeah. And so I wish he would have gotten more work, but at the end of the day, we just don't know. Don't know why it went down.
It was interim, okay.
But LS saying it was a spring league. That's what he got demoted to. Spring league. So
707.
Turf in the building.
What's happening, Turf?
Man, that's even worse.
Man. Salute to Turf's daughter was just selected as the Big Ten Freshman of the Year in gymnastics, man. B.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah. B. Yeah. She will be in the Olympics soon, man. Salute to
Can she throw? Can she throw?
Yeah, honestly, can she throw?
Can she throw football? Pete, I need you to get up to Minnesota.
well, Turf is a running back. We can use somebody with some vision.
Yeah,
a little bit of vision. Turf.
Yeah.
Come on. I heard there's open tryouts next month, man. Get your ass in shape. Man, I like it. Yeah, but he's a dedicated gymnastics dad, man. That's salute to you, brother. Make sure you guys go hit him up too. Always throwing you guys with fire contact, watch parties, the whole nine. Go to his channel, The Ultimate Raider Fan 32. And
my bad. 100%. It's the week. Oh, he said my bad. He said it's Big Ten for the week. It don't matter to me. It was a year, man.
Hey,
whatever, man.
Future cash.
No one else would have knew.
It's gonna be of the year. It's gonna be of the year.
Yeah, one week of the year, man.
Still celebrating for you, man. Drink to that.
Salute the team, man.
That's awesome. But go hit up Turf, man. I was lucky enough to kind of meet Turf during the season, man. Good people. Definitely good stuff. But hey.
She got some good feet, but she ain't got her feet ain't sweet as Thayer Mumford's on that line of scrimmage,
sweetness.
Man.
Yeah,
on that line of scrimmage,
sweet feet.
Ain't nobody got feet like Thayer Mumford, man. Don't get ahead of yourself, LS. All right, don't you? That's why receiver one right there.
I'm telling you, man, we're gonna be doing this 2, 3, 4 years from now, and it's still gonna get mentioned.
Oh,
sweet feet, Thayer Mumford.
That will live in infamy. That'll live in infamy like Lang going for that 75-yard field goal.
He said, "Al, you could shove it."
Or was it Cable? Was it Cable that tried to run the fake kick and have Sebastian run the ball? Was that Cable? Was that on Cable?
I don't know who that was. I remember. I don't know who that was.
Oh man, I was at that game. I was at some of the worst games, man.
Those were the days where it literally was. You just knew that they were just in their mind. It was just fuck it.
Just
why not?
Why not?
God damn it, man. Yeah, no, and Caleb, man, we talked a little bit about Tom Cable. a little bit before. Not sure if you're with us, but yeah, we had some fun stuff to talk about Tom Cable. But hey, guys, we were rocking for 2 hours. Again, we went over a ton of stuff. I think the one thing that you guys can expect, from us moving forward is we're going to break down some film of some potential college prospects coming through. Now that we've broken down the draft when it comes to Pete Carroll as well as John Spytek, we kind of get a feeling as to what they might do, or a sense. And at the same time, we're going to break down all these free agents, right? There's free agents available already in the NFL. We have our free agents that we need to potentially bring back on. And here's the thing. Everybody looks at the top names in the draft. You look at the top names in free agency. The one thing that you have to do, and you look at our own roster, you got to marry all that together to really understand what is the right route to go. Do we go after a top corner when there's a good corner in free agency? Is there a late round corner that can be just as good as a second round corner? Those type of things. Yeah. It's putting all that together. And that's definitely something I want to kind of dive more into, because at the end of the day, yeah, you can get enamored and jump on that hot name, but it got to be a little more strategic and look at all of the pieces of the puzzle. And that's definitely what we want to do. So we'll definitely hit you guys with evaluations of free agency, college prospects, and we'll definitely get into some mock drafts as soon as the coaches are in place, because it'll give us a better idea as our path forward. So what we're going to end with is Severe. Let everybody know what they can look forward to with you and what you got rocking throughout the week.
You know what it is, man. The Severe Raider on YouTube, IG, X, Snapchat, TikTok, all that good stuff. Every Tuesday, man, the Raider War Room, my guys right here, man, we doing our thing. I'm going to be breaking down some film pretty soon. Be on the lookout for that, going over some of these draft prospects, potential draft prospects. We've already kind of taken you through, the timeline for each of these guys, looking at what they look at in the draft. Now we get to look at actual prospects. But Tuesday night, the 50-50 show, my guy Pharaoh, and then Around the Shield, we drop that usually Friday nights. We'll probably be doing like something special with that, where we start having guests every a new guest every week. So man, just be on the lookout for that. If you guys have any suggestions, anybody you guys want to see us have on there, shoot them to me, leave them in the comment section below the video. But that's pretty much it, man.
Cool, man. Chris, let them know what you got moving and what they can expect.
Yeah, man. Protect the Shield podcast. You can catch me, YouTube, of course, Instagram, X, I think that's it. Facebook. Yeah. So definitely just hit me up, man. Make sure you guys leave comments as well, man. And you leave comments on my videos and stuff like that. I answer all comments. Love talking ball. Make sure you guys, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, because again, I'm going to start doing more videos. Again, I want to get my video game up instead of just live. So, make sure you know when I'm dropping and just support, man. Salute to, see my boy Rundown in the building, man. But, support your Raider content creators, man, because this is not easy to do. It may look easy, but it's a lot of time, and we go through a lot to try to make this happen. So, just a quick hit the like button, subscribe, man. It means a lot to us, man. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Hey, make sure you guys go hit it down, Rundown, man. Appreciate you pulling up. Rundown, you missed it. You missed it. We went through quite a bit, man. So definitely check back in, but we'll definitely hit you up. But everybody, make sure you hit up Rundown. Go hit him up. He definitely throws out content, damn near on a daily. So definitely
that's the hardest working man in this.
I'm telling you, man,
he's by far the hardest working man.
He catches you, man. He definitely.
I'm surprised he's not live right now. He might be live right now while he's in our chat.
So probably what happened is, Rundown, you missed ours because you were going live. I see how it is. I appreciate that.
That's probably exactly what happened.
You were, yeah. But yeah, make sure you guys go hit him up, and appreciate everybody that's come through, man. Miguel, it's good seeing you, man. We went over a ton of stuff, but that's the one thing that you guys can look forward to is we're going to break down free agency. We're going to break down and just how all the moving pieces relate to find out who do we want to go after in the draft, whether free agency we draft them, or we invest in guys that are already in the building. But we got to get a coaching staff together, and we're going to hit you guys with that. So, but just so you guys know, I'm 805 Raider, Real Talk Raider Nation. I jump on with my guys Tuesdays, Sunday nights, but then I also hit you guys with some videos throughout the week, and just kind of give you my takes. But this is my opportunity to be able to kind of just elaborate on it and talk more on it, get more discussions, because I can only say so much through a video, and I'm just looking at a camera. You know what I'm saying? And so this is my opportunity to kind of come on and kind of basically chop it up with my guys, but also you guys in the chat. So definitely I appreciate everybody that's been rocking with us in the chat. Make sure you guys continue to hit us up on Tuesday nights and Sunday nights. Severe, he's got his 50-50. Make sure you guys go and hit that up. And Chris is going to keep hitting you guys with content. So make sure you guys go Protect the Show podcast. The Severe Raider. I'm Real Talk Raider Nation, 805 Raider. We appreciate you all. And we're going to hit you guys on the next one. We're out.